She said, there's a tumor. We believe it is an aggressive form of cancer called sarcoma. In that instant, your future is gone. The treatment was going to be chemotherapy. It was going to be an aggressive form of chemotherapy. I was told I was going to lose my hair. And to make my peace with that, we need to talk about cancer.
We need to talk about cancer.
Every element of it.
I would love to see how your hair has changed from Baba age all the way up to now.
We've got little Jacqueline, so we've got like maybe 3-4 years old.
My heart is exploding in my chest.
It's just going to be the little back. Before edges were a thing, we were just grateful to have them.
We were just happy to have hair.
Just happy to have them.
What were you like as a child? I feel like I can already tell.
I was a very confident child.
What a shock.
I mean, you know, I have amazing parents. Yeah. So my mum and dad are still happily, sickeningly in love.
I love that.
I've got an absolutely incredible younger brother, and I've got a phenomenal younger sister.
This never happens.
I know.
God's favourite.
I know. I was a very firm plait girl.
But this is your hair.
Yes.
I can tell.
Oh, this is the thing.
These aren't braids that most of us are used to. This is your hair.
This is my authentic hair. I'm not really the whole...
This is beautiful.
Anything but me.
Teenage crush. Tell me.
Cringe, because I look back now. Tyrese with the Coke bottle.
Mine was Mario.
Oh, with the tunnels.
Say just a friend. You say that was me.
This is how my hair was for the majority of my 30s.
So what do we have this?
So
is this all natural?
I would braid it and then take those out.
So there's no weave here?
No weave.
Talk to me about Korea. Like, what was your life like day to day?
I was flying. I was an event manager. My career was literally just blooming. I was amazing. Enjoying, thriving, the traveling element. Yeah. Managing my 2 kids, and life was beautiful. Yeah. What made me think I had cancer? It was only through my beauty regime. So I double cleanse. I'm a skincare girly.
Oh God, same.
So I was double cleansing and I just felt something slightly different. Yeah. And I told my mum, and she was like, make sure you go to the doctors. And I was like, oh, you know, you're busy.
Yeah, well, you're like, is it that deep?
Full-time mum, doing life.
I'm busy.
I don't got time for that.
Yeah.
But I did go to the GP.
Thank God.
I called them. They brought me in. And the doctor there was like, I'm not really sure what this is. So we're going to give you some antibiotics. But I'm going to get a second opinion.
Oh,
Wait
thank
there.
God. I was like, and then what's in you?
You know? So... another doctor came in and said, oh, well, we should send you for a scan. Went for the scan, and that was when I realised something was wrong. He starts moving to his computer and Googling. I see him pulling up Google.
The search engine.
Google the search engine, and I see him, and I'm like, this doesn't feel right.
What are you doing? What are you doing over there?
And it was the look in his eye. I went home. Went to work the next day. 9:15, I got a call from my GP.
They're never that prompt.
Girl.
They're never that. That would have stressed me.
When does GPs call
That would have stressed me because they never call when they say they never call that early at 9:50, 15:15.
So she said, are you by yourself? Or can you sit down? Can we have a proper conversation?
They really say that. Can you sit down?
Really? Yeah, can you sit down? Are you alone? So I went into the meeting room at work. She said, there's a tumor. We believe it is an aggressive form of cancer called sarcoma. I can't help but remember feeling frozen. I think you hear the tumour is malignant and life stops. People are still talking. You don't feel like you're breathing. You don't feel like, in that instant, your future is gone. It was the first time I used the word petrified, where you're so scared you can't move, you can't process, you can't understand what's happening around you. It's that slow motion.
I know exactly what you mean.
Of how it unfolds, and it's crippling.
So after the diagnosis, what were the next steps?
On the Monday, I started my journey.
Okay.
By the Friday, I was sitting in front of a sarcoma specialist consultant, and when I went, it was the first time I've ever stepped foot in a cancer hospital. You know that no one is there because they want to be, and no one is there for anything that isn't life-threatening. Yeah. Like, you're there because you are trying to survive. They confirmed that it was lymphoma. The treatment was going to be chemotherapy. It was going to be an aggressive form of chemotherapy. It was told I was going to lose my hair, and to make my peace with that.
So how long are we doing chemo? How long did that last?
I had 6 cycles of chemo. So you start chemo, you have 3 weeks to recuperate, and then you're back in for chemo.
Okay. And that's 6 times?
Yeah, 6 times. Chemo burnt out my hair follicles.
Burnt out?
I had scars. I had to take care of my scalp, which I still do.
Scars on your scalp?
Scars on your
Didn't
scalp.
Know that happened.
As a bald woman
Didn't know that happened.
navigating cancer.
From the chemo?
This was the day I shaved it off. I remember just phoning up my mum and being like, nah, today's the day. We need to...
Was it just a random decision?
Random. I was just sick of the patchiness. And it was that letting go. It was time to let go of that chapter and become who I wanted to be. And it was the most beautiful day. I cried, I laughed, I smiled. And I had my family. I FaceTimed family that couldn't be there.
Whilst you were shaving it off?
Yeah.
Is this your mum?
That's my mummy shaving off my hair.
That's so special that it's your mum that
it's
could do that.
It's beautiful. I mean,
because it's a very vulnerable moment.
No one else touches my hair. The day I was diagnosed, I was referred in my cancer hospital to a wig fitting service.
How was that?
Looking at the magazine, there was no one with...
I was going to say, who was on it?
I mean, I wasn't on there. There was no natural
It wasn't
hair.
me.
It was Barbie in different colours. But that very European aesthetic. In this day and age, there's no exception. There's no reason why you can't give a variety of wigs. I live in Croydon, and walking down the road, I can pick you any wig.
I can get
anybody.
I can get you a good wig.
I can give you the supply.
I can do it. You can do it.
You can do it. So it's a matter of making that, putting that in the forefront of people's ideas of diversity and inclusion. You have your test, which is a PET scan at the end for me, to find out if you are no evidence of disease.
And how did that go?
That went well because I was no evidence of disease, which meant I no longer have cancer cells in my body at that time.
Oh, okay.
I brought you down.
Yeah. Brought me right back to real life. No, it's fine.
Because reality is I'm diagnosed with a cancer that is diffuse large B cell and also follicular lymphoma. The diffuse large B cell is known as a curable cancer.
Okay.
The follicular lymphoma is known as a treatable cancer.
You don't cure that?
No.
You live with it and treat it?
There we go. And so that mix, they don't actually know what is likely to happen. So we celebrate the NED and we don't look too far down the line.
What was it you were scared of the most?
I think my biggest fear was not seeing my children grow old. Not getting to see them flourish, and little things like, at the time, my little Oliver had cane rolls, and I was thinking, I've never seen him with like short hair, and one day he will cut his hair and I might not be here to see that. And my eldest at the time was shorter than me, and I was like, I'm never gonna get to see him be taller than me. And now Oliver does have shorter hair, and Sebastian's taller than me.
Praise God.
I celebrate, like, with age.
Yes.
I celebrate aging because,
everything.
God, I wasn't going to age. If I didn't take chemotherapy, I wouldn't be sitting here now. I wouldn't be 40.
Powerful.
This is me after cancer. So this is when the hair started to grow.
Look at the waves. Look at the curls.
And we found edges.
They came back.
We evolved. We found edges.
Yes.
So this is me, this is my brother, and this is my son Oliver. And we were just enjoying life. I still have days of that petrified feeling because cancer doesn't end with NED. You still have to be hyper vigilant about your body, which on a daily basis, it has a toll. There's not a day I wake up and I don't check my face. There's not a day I'm not going to check my lymph nodes. And certainly as black women, we should all be checking our breasts once a month.
Yes, at least.
At least once a month we should be checking our breasts. But the beauty I've taken from it is, if you are aware of your body and how amazing it is, the lumps, the bumps, the little quirks, you are already in possession of everything you need to get a diagnosis quickly and live longer. I like the idea of normalizing every aspect of life, and
let's talk about it.
In the black community, we need to talk about cancer.
We need to talk about cancer.
Every element of it. In the leaflets, there was no representation, and I think during my journey, that's why I became an advocate and a campaigner, because so many elements I felt, no, I can't let my younger sis come in 3, 5, 10 years and be the first. So let me take that journey myself. And now I'm on the cover of Lymphoma magazine as a black woman. I'm really proud to be part of that change and part of that dialogue.
What advice would you give to black women that are living with cancer right now?
If you are a black woman navigating cancer, you need to find your tribe. You need to find your community. And for me, it was a mixture of Macmillan and also a phenomenal organisation called Black Women Rising.
Yes.
Which Macmillan have done work with in the past.
Yes, they have.
That collaboration, that space, for me, to this day, brings me joy, knowing that I can be in a room filled with black women of all ages, sizes, even diagnosis. Yeah. And we all share that bond.
You can connect.
We know.
If you were in the room with Little Miss right now, and I know that's what she wants.
Yes.
What would you say, looking at the whole journey, everything that you have been through thus far, what would you say to her?
I would say, baby girl, you have everything you need to get through the highest highs and the lowest lows, and the support system that you have, the life you've created, just enjoy every moment.
Who supported you on your journey?
The main support that I got was from my family. My dad came to every single appointment.
Every appointment?
Every single time I set foot in my cancer hospital, my dad was right there by my side. Yes. My mum was supporting me with my boys as well, making sure that the transition when I was in hospital was seamless. Their care was paramount. And I've got a brother and sister who are my best friends.
That's so incredible, because not everybody has that.
But they were my security. This is my sister Amy, my little sister. She's my chemo partner. Oh, she comes with me. Oh, she came with me
on the appointments.
My chemo appointments.
That must have been so special. Number one, obviously not to do it alone, but to do it with somebody that's so close to you. Amy, how has the overall journey been for you?
It's up and down. It's a roller coaster. It's always something crazy, but I don't know. I have such an amazing family and an amazing sister that when she needed me, I was just gonna be there. But yeah, it's not easy seeing someone you love like so down, because she's such a strong, like, courageous person who's always trying to do the most for someone else, and she's so loving. Yeah. So I was kind of mad, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, well, how dare cancer come to her? Yeah. I love you to the moon and back. You basically were like a second mum to me, you know? You're my muse, my role model, you know? I'm so blessed to have you in my life and for you to be my older sister.
Being able to meet you, Jacqueline, and learn about not just the journey, but what happened before, I think is really special, because for somebody who has been given that diagnosis, it's very easy for that to be everything. Yeah. We forget, like, we had life before. Yeah. You know, there was a story that existed before. PC. It was cancer, cancer, cancer. So you opening yourself up to me and explaining that has helped me to feel more at peace with it myself, in a way that I feel like I'm not as fearful. It doesn't feel as strange and as distant, because I feel like if it ever happened to me, I would refer back to this.
Going for treatment, I felt you do feel very alone, especially when you have to scroll through endlessly to find someone that looks like you going through the same thing as you. And I can't wait for the day that you can just search cancer, whatever niche cancer you have, and you see a black woman or you see a black man talking about his experience, giving you this is going to be difficult, this is where you get resources, this is where you get support, because starting from scratch when you're in turmoil, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So these conversations, I'm so glad they're happening.
Same.
We need to talk.
Yeah, we do. We need to be open with it. Agreed.
Because education and information is going to save lives.
Thank you, Amy.
Can we get like a group?
Can we get a little